So first we'll start with practicing from, let me think. Maybe we'll practice starting at the beginning of the third section now because we have something to practice. All right, so we'll start from cross hands. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse. Heart's mane. 1, 2, 3. Grasping the bird's tail. Forward off left. Forward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Fair lady work shuttles. 1, 2, 3. Grasping the bird's tail. Forward off left. Forward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. 1, 2, 3. Single whip. Creeping down. Oh, wait, we can go that far. All right, this is as far as we went. Okay. Oh, that's not going to be good for me today. I got my knee problem. All right, so let's see. Let's practice it again from cross hands. All right. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse. Parts main. 1, 2, 3. Grasping the bird's tail. We're up left. We're up right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. They're leading with shovels. One, two, three, four, grasping the bird's tail. We're up left. We'll stop there. I think that's that's as far as we got last week, going through the transition, I think, to get to grasping the bird's tail. Let's also look at something from the second section. Let's see. Oh, Erlyn, you remember what we did last week? But Erlyn's in charge now, but remembering.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what we did last week. That was so long ago.
Distant arrow, step back, repulse monkey, diagonal flying. Oh, did we do diagonal flying? Maybe we didn't.
I think maybe.
Repulse monkey. Okay. So diagonal flying. Let me close this drapes a little bit. Diagonal flying. I'll show it from here. From step back, repulse monkey, I'll show this direction. The third one, is that right? The third one is like this. Diagonal flying. Wait, did we do it already? Yes, the second section, right? We circle our arms closed and we step to the inside the towards the corner, and then so it's kind of like wild horse parts is main. We've done we're in the third section. This is just a review, right? So the footwork. Oh, did I talk about this already? Yeah, I talk about this stuff all the time. I can't remember. So here, what I want you to do is I want you to have this feeling that you start turning. Did I do this last week? No, it seems like I just talked about this.
I think so, but you could always just go right into the step
Okay.
up and
Yeah, so
you
we
could
did
go
that.
into the thing, right? I guess, I don't know.
We did diagonal flying last week.
Yeah.
For that line, then, raise hands and step forward. We do it a little bit differently than the first raise hands. The first raise hands we do from white crane. Okay, so white crane, from here we do it like this. We circle, and we do a knee brush. No, let's see.
We do it from here. We do it from a single whip, and then we go like that.
Yeah, single whip and turn and back and open and step and close. Okay, so that's from single whip. So here we're going to do it from raise hand from diagonal flying. We're going to go forward and we're going to step back along the line of our right heel. Back, okay? Then we're going to go back, and that's when we raise our hands. And then bring your foot in, step out with your heel, and close. To me, it's a more natural way to get into it, and it's a more full expression of it, because it's got, I'll show you, it's got this. You go forward first, then you shift back and you step back, so you have a big range. You go back and you bring your hands up, bring your foot in, and step out and turn. So you have a good back forward feeling to it, which is hard to get from single whip. Single whip, you turn this way, and your back is more like sideways, a sideways kind of feel, and it's hard to feel. It's hard to feel you go forward very much if you don't feel like you went back. If going back, you can go a little bit more back and then feel that you can go forward strongly. So, I like this one better. So, yeah.
Yeah. So these are both like push off the toe and switch to the heel.
After you step, yeah. So if you the footwork is you shift forward and you step back. If you step back pretty far, then it's hard to feel that you can come off of the toe. If you don't step back as far, then you can feel like you could just lift your heel. And then usually we would like to, if we're going to land on the heel, come off of the toe last. If we're going to land on the heel, we want to pick up the heel first. Like we have this problem in I think white crane. So from here, we pull down, we step, and we shift over here, we turn on the ball, and we pick up our ball. So here we don't come off the heel and land on the ball. We come off the ball last and land on the ball. But usually we want to mix it up. So it doesn't often we would like to come off of, if you come off the heel, then land on the ball, and vice versa. So I would say adjust your footwork so you could do that. But if you step too far, you'll have to come off the heel just to be able to do it. If I came off the heel, I would want to bring it in and then step back out. If I came off the toe, then I would want to turn and then just pick it up and put it down. So that's the thing about the line that you step on. So I said step back on the line of your heel. If I step on the line of my heel, see, so I'm not crossing my feet here, then when I turn, when I shift back, if I turn on the ball, then it's a little bit wide, and then it's a little bit wide. So the real line is where you're gonna be still touching the ground when you pick your foot up. That should be like the ball of your foot. So you could step back and cross a little bit, have your foot on the same line, both feet on the same line, and then pick it up and just put it down. That would be optimal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we
Thank
talked about it too much when I usually teach it. There's another way that Master Young has said you could do it. Now, this is new. I'll just mention it to you then. I think he says now you can go like this, and you could go and just sort of like stay in the same place and like turn your foot, I guess, and then shift back. And so then it makes it more like the first one, where you're stepping to the side and not feeling back as much. He changes things a little bit sometimes because people come, there's a lot of different teachers teaching Yang style and not exactly like our style. And so we have to accommodate them, I think. So from here, if all you did was like sort of shift back, open your foot and shift and and bring it in. You know, there's people doing something like that, and so he's made it sort of a choice to do it. But we've always stepped back. Okay, that's the tradition, our traditional way that we were taught. So we went forward and then we could step behind and then go back and bring your heel up first and then land on your heel. So that's the footwork. Excuse me if I'm kind of sloppy today because my knee hurts. So I'm trying to not twist it. So that's the footwork. And then the hands are the same. I mean, as we have done before. So the same as regular. So here you shift back and you raise your hands here and close. And turn your body when you close. That's all the same. Let me see you do it. That's good. So from diagonal flying, pointing at the corner, both sides of the corner. Go ahead. Raise hands and step forward. Raise hands and step forward. Okay. Okay, so I would like your hands. Oh, here's the hands then. I want your hands to be like this. We shift forward and we step back. And when we shift back, I want you to just raise your left arm and your right hand is coming back also, just because you're shifting back. But lift it so your fingers point more up. Okay. And then bring them in. When you step out, bring them in towards you. And then with your body turning, extend your right hand to the center line, and the left hand just bring it across to the center line. You'll be bending your elbow to do that. Okay, so the hands, this is the energy that I want you to have. Okay, here, circle, this kind of a circle. Open, close, open, close. So I put my right foot in front, then open, then I can turn, close, open, close, open, close. So this kind of making a circle, 2 circles. Okay, this was clockwise. My left hand is counterclockwise. Okay, that's the circle, but not down. So don't go down, Sandra. Just level, kind of level. Okay, so the original one, their hands are kind of level. Here, see, we just keep them level and close. Other names for this movement are lifting hands. We call it raise hands, lifting. And so other people do it. I think Chengfu style, they do go down and up. And then they imagine kind of grabbing somebody's arm and then just like lifting them up. Okay, push into their shoulder with their arm. But ours is more that you grab them and you break their elbow. That's the imagining. And that's a split energy, trying to break something. Where the lifting is this would be, I don't know what word, maybe it's ward off energy, kind of lifting. So you grab them and then lift up. That would be the Chengfu way. So yeah, so like this. So here, level. So here, in the first instance, it's already level. Keep them level. Keep your right hand a little higher, actually. Okay, but keep the circles level. And for this one, your left hand starts down. So when you shift back, you need to lift it up. Lift it up, and you have to turn your right hand to face out, and then make the rest of the circle. Okay, just a different way to get into it. This way. Yeah, here, open, close. Keep them up, open, close, open, close. So that's the energy. Yeah, there you go. That's the energy, okay? So try not to have a feeling where you go down and back up or up and down. Just level circle, okay? Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it from here then. We're diagonal flying. All right, go. Raise hands and step forward. Okay. All right, at the end, we want our hands to look like this. I must have taught this in some other class. It just feels like deja vu. Okay, so we want our arms to be extended. Okay, extend. And then turn them a little bit diagonally down so they face down. Okay, not face flat, face diagonally down. Okay. Then I want you to curve them down, elbow down, and even at the wrist tilted up. Okay. So it looks like this. Okay. And then turn your body 45 degrees. And now this is across from your elbow. Okay. And now bring them both in. They're separated. Bring them both in to the center line. Okay. So that's the shape. That's the shape for raise hands, and the shape and the mirror image of the shape for hands, terms, loops. Okay. So we have those two that are the same. Yes, that's good. All right, so that's good. So I just want you to have them turned a little bit down though, and not vertical, a little bit turned down. Okay. Okay. And so, and one extra thing, you're going to be across from your elbow. Your fingers are going to be, your arm's going to be pointing towards the center line. So that makes your fingers point at your arm. So if they're too low, that would be just too low, right? So it should be about the level. It's lower than your other hand, and say fingers point here, that puts it at the right place. Okay. Okay. Okay, any questions on it? This is the hard part, I think, the hands. When we're new, this is different. Everything we've done so far in the first section was ward off or pushing shape, those two shapes, I think. And so this is the new shape in the second section. Okay. All right, so let me see you do from step back repulse monkey, diagonal flying, and then raise hands and step forward. Okay.
A single repulse monkey or the three repulse monkey?
Start position is the third step back repulse monkey. Step back repulse monkey. Oh, like this. Yeah, like this. Okay. And circle your arms and turning and step and diagonal flying. Go on, Sandra. Circle and step. Okay, there you go. And then raise hands and step forward. Oh, okay. And raise hands and step forward is towards the street direction, right? So here we're pointing at 9 o'clock. This is 12 o'clock where we started. And then we do this over here to 1:30. And then we do this back to 12 o'clock. Okay, empty stance to 12 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So that's the review part, okay? The practice and some review of the second section. What we did last week was, we did last week in the third section, then we did after the fourth Fair Lady, we did the third Fair Lady were shuttles, right? And then the fourth, and then we went all the way over to this part. So let me see you do from the second Fair Lady, it's like this, to the third one. Push down, little step, open, close, step, drive. Okay. Okay. All right. Does it seem easy? Let's see if you can see my feet. So remember, we're starting a bow stance this direction. And I'm gonna end up in a bow stance this direction, 7:30. So from here, shift back and push down and get all the way out of my heel and pick it up and turn my hip, put it back down. That's one. Two, shift to the right foot. My arms are turning over, both hands turn over, and pull back your left hand and bring your foot in. that'll be 2. 3, cross and separate and step. And then, and your palm is palm up by your shoulder. And then 4, strike out, go into your bow stance. Okay, you try it then. From the second one, strike with your left hand, right, both hands. Shift back and push down. And then pick up your heel and step. Turn your toe to point to 9 o'clock. Then shift over, separate your arms, and then close your arms and bring your foot in, step out, and ward off, and then bow stance and strike. Okay. Do it a few times. Remember when you push down, hold on. Remember when you push down, it's the line from your center, I'll do this direction, the center to the corner, and you put both hands on the line, like this, see? One on the inside, one in towards the corner on the outside. Okay, so not both on the same, at the same distance, one in front of the other towards the corner. Okay, go. Push down, then shift over and separate your arms. Separate. And then, okay, ward off and step, and then strike. Again, here, okay, here's another thing. When you strike, I'll show it this way. You go like this, you ward off and you step together. When you strike, you want you to look like this. One of them close to your head, okay, and one is sticking out. Don't do them both out. Okay, one close and one far. Okay, the ward off arm goes forward, but it comes up and gets close to your head. Okay, this can protect your head. Okay, like kind of like white crane. Right, white crane is we go like that, and we ward off, and we end up by our head. So ward off and bring it in. At the same time, move forward, and the right hand comes out. Okay. That's right. Yes, right hand. That's okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, lift up and strike. And the strike just feels just like the knee brush striking. Okay, the striking is just go into your bow stance, push out, strike out. Just like the knee brush. Okay. 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 All right, then after the fourth one, we know how to do the second one and the fourth one. I'll just say that. Then we're over here. We do the fourth one. Then we shift back and we go into the rollback shape, posture. Okay. Then we turn to the corner, the 130 corner. Then we shift back, maybe let our left hand drop a little bit, and then close our arms and make ward off left. Okay, just how to get from Fair Lady into ward off left. That looks good. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then roll back. After the fourth one, then sit back in a roll back. And then turn to the 90 degrees, and then shift back to the right foot, close our arms, board off left. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing to think about then. It's very similar to what we do after the third wild horse part is main, right? We shift back, we turn, we keep the whatever shape it was pointed there. For this one, when we shift back, we turn our hand over, okay, for grabbing. And then we close our arms at step. For the new one, we're already in the rollback shape. We're kind of already in the shape that's on the way to doing the ward off left. So then we turn and then shift back and close our arms. We don't have to do that. So the arms, it's easier. It's kind of just like turn around and, make a big close your arms, do it kind of. Okay. That's good, Sandra. Then roll back shape. Do you remember that part of the ring? After the fourth one, then the roll back. Is strike with your left hand. Your right hand is up here. This is the fourth one. Is here. Right hand up, striking, or right foot forward. Then sit back into roll back shape, and then turn, and then sit on the right and step, and then ward off left. Okay, number 4. Good. Now sit back in a roll back. Turn your left palm over. After the fourth one, here, I'll show you this direction. After the fourth one, you're like this. And then you sit back into this shape. Roll back. We do ward off and we go roll back, that shape. So from here, we're gonna go back into that shape. And then we're gonna turn to the corner, and then we're gonna close our arms and step. Okay. To get to ward off left. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, word off left. All right, so that's the review for last week, what we did last week. We'll skip ahead. I already went through it. We do grasping the bird's tail, we do single whip, we do cloud hands, just like the second section, right? So after we do that, we're gonna do the third cloud hands, okay, and then we're gonna do single whip again. All right, here, be like this. The next one we do is called creeping down or low form. The name in Chinese is Xiashi, I think. And that's down form, low form, okay? But an older name is snake creeps down because your left hand makes some shape like that. So what you do is you open your back foot to point to the back corner. Just for pointing here, you just open it to point to the back corner. Then you shift back and you bend, your knee bends to the back corner. You bring your left hand in. Then you sit some more if you can, sit a little bit. And when you sit, bring your left hand down and then push your hand sort of up parallel to your leg. Okay, kind of point and a point across from your foot. Aim your hand there, your arm there. Okay. So your the footwork is the hard part, I think. Let me see if I can do the other foot because my right leg hurts. I'm going to open my toe. I'm going to shift back and I'm going to sit. Okay, sit with your legs open this way. That's the ending position. Just open your toe, shift back and sit. So you can imagine somebody coming towards you and you want to pull them and you want to pull them down. And the way you're going to do it, you're going to sink down. Well, if you only go like this, here, you start staying, your body's staying here. If I go like this, see, I get to go back and pull them down, and they're still like here in front of me. Instead of like pulling them into me, I don't want to do that really. So it lets you get your body back more out of the way and keep your feet on the ground, basically. Because I mean, when you can move, I mean, you could take a step or something to get back if you're going to do it that way. But for the form, we keep both feet on the ground for this one. So this is a little bit challenging to do for some people. We have an exercise. Again, I don't want to show the exercise just because you guys don't want to do the exercise anyway. but the exercise is something like this and going and shifting over here and then shifting over here. And just practice with your feet pointed to both corners. Just practice bending in that direction, bend your knee in your toe direction, then shift over and bend it here. Okay, that's basically open your crotch and bend your knee along your foot. We don't want to go this way and have your knee come in. We want it to bend just in the direction of your foot. Every time you bend your knee, we want you to bend in the direction of your foot. Otherwise, you'll be having some twisting going on. And for our style, we don't do that. We don't twist our knees. Chen style does. Chen style has a way where they make circles with their knees and stuff, but we don't have that. If you practice it a lot, your knees will be stronger. So it's probably a good thing, but we don't do it. So anyway, so that would be one thing you could do. If you wanted to practice that more, which I'm not totally recommending you to do, probably don't do it. If you have somebody around, maybe you could do it. You know, when you get older and prone to breaking your hip joints or something, you don't want to be doing that and then have a broken hip and be laying on the floor with nobody around. So, but if other people are around and you don't overdo it, it's probably good for you. All right, I'm sure it's good for you. But so you can hold on to something, a chair, something here, and then you could do more. You could go a little bit lower. You could get some exercise doing that. Okay, exercise, but maybe, that's up to you. But if you practice that, then, and I'll show you another thing that I don't want you to do. Don't do this. Go down and like lift your toe and then sort of sit on it. The thing is, if you do it right, it is not that hard. Because it isn't go down and hold yourself up and it's so heavy, hard to do. It's actually just go down and sit down on that leg. Like some people can do this. I don't want to hurt myself. It's like, oh, I can't go down. That's as far as I can go. But if you go and you maybe, for me, I open my knees. You can just sit. And this in Asia, they sit like this on their smoke break. They're just here. But for us, it's like, oh, it's excruciating. It's because Americans don't have flexibility. Okay, but it shouldn't be. It should not be. This is a natural pose. Okay, you should be able to do. But if you cannot do it, oh well, don't worry about it. But if you only go halfway, then it is hard. Yeah, you're holding yourself up. Oh, how can I stand like this? Right. So it isn't go down halfway. It's sit down. Okay. And so if it's hard to do, then just do something like this. Just go back and stay sink. Just bend a little bit. You don't have to go down all the way. All right. Okay. That's the hands. I want you to do it like this. I want you, when you go back, bring your hand back. When you go down, bring your hand down. When you go now, towards your foot direction, okay? Just forward. So that's the snake going down the law, what it was, a tree. What's it called? Snake creeps down, just going down a tree, towards the roots or whatever of a tree. Okay. So here, down, forward. Okay. And be careful not to lean too much. People have trouble with, they try to get too low, and then they can only do it. They feel like they can only do it. I want you to go like, see how I'm kind of staying upright, and here I'm tilting my hip to go this way. Don't lean over this way, okay? It's not like that. It's what you can do, and it just feel like sitting and keep upright. Okay, so however you do it, it will be enough. Okay, that's a good enough shape. Okay, just to go like this and go, that's enough, okay, for the form. Erlene?
Yeah, so two questions about the hands. So when you start, someone you're going to be pulling somebody back or breaking their grip on you, basically, bringing your hand across and then breaking their grip on you. So is there any little bit of a yield when you turn that foot out is question one. And question two is when you go down and you're coming down to the final position, is your wrist kind of cocked a little bit, or are your fingers following the line of your leg?
Your hand is lifted, is sitting. Okay.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So the first thing is, yes, you sort of feel like as you go to strike, and then they pull you. Okay. So you go a little bit forward, and that lets you take weight off and open your back foot. So while they are pulling you, you let them, and then you get ready for yourself. When they're done pulling you, you grab them and pull them and down. Okay. So that's basically it. But the thing is, if your hand is here, okay, and if you're like this and you grab them and you come back like this, and then it's like here, it's like pushing down. See? So you pull them, then you push down. So at this point, you have your hand on, kind of on top of them, and then you can push down. So here you bring it up, your fingers are up. Down, you basically still keep it lifted, and then push down. Yeah, we don't turn and point down. We just keep looking like kind of pushing down.
So at the end, your palm is facing the floor?
No, it's here and here and here. Just keep that shape, this shape.
Okay.
So it's kind of making kind of like a C, kind of like a C shape. Or, if you know music, it's like the bass clef. It kind of goes down. It doesn't come back up for a C. So here, back, and then down. Okay. This one, when you do it, it feels, I'm breathing very heavy. This one feels like strenuous, going down and getting up, So we just don't overdo it, I would say. Things that are hard, just do a little bit. Don't do too many times. So let's try it. We do it for a single whip. In fact, we have enough time, we can do the next thing, I think, probably. From single whip, you yield, get pulled a little bit forward and open your toe to the back corner. Then you shift back, bring your hand towards your shoulder. Then sink or not, imagine sinking, bring your hand down by your hip and then down like kind of along your leg. Okay, leg direction. And I'm looking down, keep your head up, I say that. Don't tilt your head down still. Okay. I would remind you of one of our rules is that you imagine that there's a cord, attached to the top of your head, and it's always pulling it up. All right. So even if we go down, even if we did like punching down, we don't make our neck straight with our back. You imagine still your head being pulled up. Okay. So it keeps from here. There's an angle here. It's not straight. It's lifted. And then if you go to tilt, everything tilts. Keep your head lifted. So even this one here, and then you sit, and then here, keep your head lifted. And that should be good for your balance. Your head is heavy, And so don't let it flop around. Okay, that's basically it. So your balance depends on some things, but one of it is your weight moving around and smoothly handling that. If your head's flopping around, it affects your ears, which is part of your balance. And it's your weight shifting in a funny way that maybe you cannot handle. Okay, so try it again. So from here, kind of easy. That's why we'll do the next one. Then you go forward, open your toe, you shift back, bring your hand back, sit, and then down, diagonally forward, down, and look that direction. All right. What we do want, I'll show it here, for the footwork, single whip. We want to do it, I'll tell you what, it's easier to do if you make a bigger movement, but we are not allowed to do that. If you make it longer here, then this turns out to be pretty easy to do, I think, okay? It's harder to do if it's shorter. Then it's harder to go down very much. Well, I don't want you to do this. It isn't open your toe and then just kind of sit in the middle. Okay, it needs to go back and then down. And this leg will be bent, the front leg will be bent a little bit. And that's okay. But it needs to show, you need to show your weight's here. This is the full leg, not in the middle. Okay, it's hard to do it. It might feel hard to do it. Okay, so don't go down very much then. Then it won't be as hard. Well, let's look at the next thing because I don't like to end down. I want to come back up. All right, so maybe we won't do both. There's two of these. It's called the golden rooster. Stands on one leg. So after you're down, we're going to come back up. Here's how you come back up from down. You go bend your knee in the front, go forward, and lift your arm back up. Okay, but my toe is still pointing back. Close my toe. Okay, that's how we're going to get back up. Okay, now we're back in basically a bow stance. All right, so here's how we're going to do it. From down, we're going to go forward, come back up, and then when I turn my hip, I'm actually going to turn my body and I'm going to open my left arm a little bit to the left, and I'm going to turn it a palm out. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. I'm going to come up. I'm going to close my back foot first. Now we're back kind of in single whip. Then I'm going to open my toe in the front and my arm together. Okay. Then, okay, this is going into it. My right hand's going to go down. I'm going to turn. I'm going to go forward. I'll touch here because I take it easy. And then I'm going to stand up and lift up and push down and stand on one leg. It's the same standing as we do for the kicks. Okay. But the idea is that you get a hold of the other person. Like when I open my hand, I'm grabbing something, and then I'm going to stand up and kick them with my knee, basically. They might have their arm here. They're like this somehow. You get their elbow, you get their other hand maybe out of the way, you lift that elbow out, kick, okay, with your knee, and you push down. So you push down on them to help you go up. Okay, maybe you have their shoulder here, something, their shirt, whatever, okay? You use that to help you stand up, okay? And then you try to kick them in the chest, the stomach here, something like that, okay? You've seen that on TV and movies, I'm sure, right? Where they're fighting, they're like, bam, okay, kick them with because they're close. They can't kick them with their foot. They use their knee, okay? So you need them. So I'll show it again. I'll just show it after you come back up. Open your toe and your left arm a little bit. Then, as you start to move, turn to the left, bring your right hand down, get ready, stand up and push down. Okay. Let's try it first together. Okay. I'll do it. This is the normal direction. I'll do it over here. I can't see very well though. From here. Back and open your toe. And open your arm. Drop your right hand going forward and get your hand in front of your thigh. Lift up and push down. Okay. Oh, when you get, so you're like this with a hook hand. When you drop it and get it in front of your thigh, I want it to look like this, okay? Lifting hand. Lifting hand looks like this, sideways. This is striking, okay, pushing. Lifting is turned sideways, okay? Palm to the left. And then lift up. Just from here, just swing it up is enough, okay? So, but get in front of your thigh, and then they go together. You stand up and lift your hand and your knee together. Okay. If you have trouble with the standing one leg, then don't do it. Okay. Any of the things, do what you can do. Don't do something if you feel like, oh, I can do it, but I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself. Don't do it. Okay. I think I probably didn't tell you guys, but I don't want to say it on camera. So anyway, so here and stand here, my knees bent, stand up and lift up and push down. So the hands go like that. Okay. All right, then there's two of them. So let's look at the second one. The second one, you're from here. You're going to step behind, but don't bend your knee very much. Don't step back very far. Then shift back and turn. Turn your top palm down. Turn your bottom hand to point to face palm to the right. And then from here, stand up, lift up and push down. Okay, so the same, just the mirror, almost a mirror image. The idea is kind of when you shift back, turn your hand over. Turn your hand is grabbing. Okay, so that's our practice. The practice is turn, grab. Okay, grab and then get your left hand in front of your thigh, ready, lift up and push down. Okay. Well, Sandra's pretty good at standing on one leg, actually. That's good. All right, so again, so from standing on the left leg, standing on the left leg, then step back, not too far, toe point, gonna point to the corner, shift back. Now you're kind of down, bending your standing knee, stand up and lift up, and the right hand push down. So the hands go in different directions, one up and one down. Okay. And like I said, from here, you don't have to sit and then step back. You can just start to sit and touch, and then shift back and go down at the same time, and then stand back up. Okay. This form has, we do the first one going forward and the second one going back. I think these short versions of the form have both of them going backwards, I think, which maybe makes more of a good feeling, seems like. Going forward gives you some momentum. You're like this, and then you're like turning big and bam, kick, okay? Going back, it only has like up and down. And going, so you don't have you don't have this turn your hip and kick in if you don't go forward. But I think it's harder to do, and so I think the senior form, they took it out, I think. All right, so let's try from single whip. I'm still doing it your direction. I mean, not your direction, so I can see better. All right, creeping down, open your toe, then back, down, and push down. Then come back up, almost a single whip. Remember, the difference of the hand. For a single whip, my hand would be facing more forward, and here it's turned, kind of lifting hand, all right? Then back a little bit, open my left toe and my left arm, then go forward, drop my right hand, keep my front knee bent till here, and then stand up on one leg, and then two, Put your toe back, shift back and turn your body, turn both arms at the same time. And then stand up and push down. Okay. Try it again. You know what? I'll say try again, but if you think it's too much for you, then I want you to stop. It's starting to feel too much for me, so be careful. So from single whip, open your back toe, snake creeps down, then go back forward. I'm not going to go down, so I'll save my knee. Then open the left side, going forward, drop your right hand, stand up, 2, step back, turn and shift back, and I'm on my heel, my left heel. Then stand up and push down. Okay, what do you think? So two in one day. I like that. I think the other one I do like that is needlessly bottom, and we do fan through the back. Because I don't like to finish down. Then we get back up. We have a couple places in the form where we do something kind of strenuous, and if you look at Master Yang, he goes all the way down the floor, and we cannot do that. But so I don't want to finish on the floor. I want to get back up on my feet. You guys have any questions? We're almost out of time. We've got a couple minutes though. If you have, we could do. Let me think. I can't do the whole sequence for Fair Lady, can I? Oh, why not? We'll do. From single whip. All right, we'll do Fair Lady and all the way to the end. Okay. Fair Lady work shadows. 1. 2. 3. 4. 'Then transition, ward off, roll back shape, turn to the corner. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Hands. 1. 2. 3. 'Single whip. Okay, then creeping down. And golden rooster. Stands on one leg. 2. Okay. Okay, great. So, practice again, maybe later today, practice tomorrow. Get it in here, then you'll remember it for later. All right, thanks very much, everybody. Nice to see you. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.